Good morning, everyone.
Weird.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on this freaking dreary Monday. It's so gross out here. It's so gross where I am.
Right. It's dry out there, but it's cold.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I can't tell whether it's dry or wet, but it's a good day to stay in.
And I was really excited. I don't like working out inside. I was like, and I've been outside on some kind of cold days, and I'm like, I'm just gonna soldier through. I'm gonna do this. Let's do it.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
Too cold.
Yeah.
Just a little too cold.
Even with your Elsa engagement ring, it didn't help you get in the mood.
It didn't help me get in the mood. I was like, let it snow or whatever. Isn't that what she says? Never let it snow. I got this. But no, I can't. I don't have this.
That's fair. That is fair. Well, hello, everyone who will be watching us later.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have one person on, and I think it's you.
It's me. Well, I didn't click on it, so I don't think it is me. I think it's a real person.
Okay, well, if you're a real person, hello. Thank you for joining us. We are in a way today. As always, I feel like every time we start this, we're like, oh man, we're just like not with it right now. But
here we are, and here you are.
We do it every day because we're freaking awesome.
I'm on the other side of the basement room today.
Yeah, we can see that. It does look different.
Where?
Yeah, because the floodlights are behind you.
Yeah.
And usually those are facing you. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, and I think there's more room. The idea is that there's more room. So we'll see if that's actually a real thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, luckily today is a pretty light day. So, Jax, did you want to go over the order of what we're going to be doing throughout the week so that people know?
Yeah. So this week we're finally starting to finalize what we're doing week by week, so that everybody is ready for it. Like it's been 5 weeks. It's time that we get organized with this. So today is going to be a technique day. Mondays are always going to be a technique day where we're going to learn the foundations of what we're going to do all week. So like if we're going to do sword work this week, which we are, this is the day where we're going to learn the technique of that move, like parries or lunges or, I don't know, cutting zombies' heads off. We're going to learn that. We're still going to break a sweat, but we're going to learn these techniques so that we can apply them later on in the week. Look at my notes. So Monday is going to be technique day. Tuesday, we're going to focus on arms. Wednesday, we're going to focus on core. Thursday is back to arms. And then Friday is going to be a core day, but it's also going to be a breath work day. So Alex is going to lead us through some breath work exercises. It's the same thing we've been doing on Fridays for a while. We're just making it official by saying it out loud.
Yes.
Alex is going to basically teach us how to breathe and how to reconnect with our bodies. We'll maybe do some mindfulness exercises. It's a day to kind of relax after the week. Again, we're still going to break a sweat, but it's going to be a lighter day. Legs we do every day, because don't skip leg day.
Yeah. So we are going to be breaking up like the arms core. Those are going to be exercises that we use to supplement the stage combat that we're going to be doing. In the same way that Jax and I switch off on our exercises, like because with what she has planned for us stage combat wise, we're going to be working legs every day. Then I'm going to be supplementing with arms and core, alternating. So that's what we mean by that. So please join us because we're going to be doing single sword stuff. We're going to work on our booties, gonna work on our arms and our abs every other day, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. We're not casual butts.
I'm never going to live that down.
Never.
It's never going away. It's never going away.
Casual butts.
Oh, speaking of casual things, I'm wearing a skirt today. I'm wearing a skirt because I freaking wanted to, and I didn't have anything else in my laundry.
That's freaking adorable.
I love skirts. Oh, and it has pockets.
That's awesome.
Yes, I'm very excited. Ooh. I'm inordinately excited about these pockets.
You should be.
I'm also really excited because my dad got this for me for Christmas one year.
Your dad's rad.
I know. I'm like, what kind of father gets a squirt with pockets? This is awesome. It's actually, I think it's supposed to be for golfing because he really wants me to golf because he's super into it.
Gross.
I'm just wearing it. I just want to be pretty. Okay. What? Do I need a sword right now or no?
No, we're just gonna warm up.
Cool.
As for always, we're gonna start with our fingers, our phalanges. Start with the lights. That's the one thing I hate about this basement is these lights are right above me and they're like gross and weird.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's the way. But then I've got Body by Jake.
Oh, that's where Body by Jake is. I wasn't putting together the pieces of your basement.
Yeah, to be fair, this is the pro form. This is the treadmill from like the 1900s. And over here is Body by Jake.
Gotcha. And you're usually facing the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm usually over this.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Remember the time we tried to use music and the internet said no? We've been quiet ever since. I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? I think I told Alex this, but internet, I put my foot through the deck this weekend on Friday, right after our workout. Not during the workout, where you would think I would do it. Right after the workout, and I hurt my foot. So I've just kind of been sitting on my butt all weekend, watching TV and yelling at the kids from a comfy chair. I'm tired from not having a lot of activity.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Jax this, but this weekend I kind of got a little sick. So I didn't get I didn't get real sick, but my family was having some construction done in our house, and I think that I was reacting really badly to all the sawdust. So I started to get usual cold symptoms, and this is the first day where I'm totally fine. But yeah, so the other day I slept for 14 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that I'm also in that boat.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I can't believe I slept that long. I felt like an Olympian.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, but I do not feel like an Olympian today. I'm doing these literally at half the speed you are right now, Jax.
I just got momentum on my side. I'm dizzy. All right, stand up. Roll your ankles, but carefully. My cat is sitting on the stairs looking at me like, what? We were so comfortable in bed.
Wow. Remind me of your cat's name.
Well, I call him Boy Cat because he's a boy and he's a cat. But his name is Andre. And we have Girl Cat, who's a girl and a cat, and her name is Affy.
Okay.
It was short for Aphra Bane, who was a famous sword fighter.
That's super sexy.
Yeah. Great. And then there's Grumpy Cat. His name is Kit Marlowe. in the apartment. All right, walk out your feet. We have 1,000 cats. We have 1,000. I'm not a cat person, but.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and my parents have Lily, which is another cat.
Oh, all 3 of those cats are yours then.
3 of them are ours.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 of them are my children. 1 of them is David's. All right, heads.
Yes.
I'm off.
How are you not a cat person if you have 2 cats of your own?
It just happened.
Or
the other way. It's the whole thing. And I love my cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were raised by my dog. So they're more like dogs.
Aww.
That's not really true. They're cats. They're more like cats. I just tolerate them more than any other cats. Because they're mine and I like them. They're my children. You always like your children more than any other children.
That's true.
You hate other people's children. You love your own. Right? Isn't that parenting?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I'm sufficiently warmed up. How are you?
Yeah, we're sufficient.
Great. So the first thing, I'm going to get my clock ready for the timer. I'm not texting or anything. Or am I?
How dare you? How freaking dare you?
How freaking dare I is right. 10 minutes. No, we're going to start with, we're going to talk about some basics with some sword. No, I lied. We're going to talk about, no, yes, we are. We're going to talk about some basics with some sword stuff, and then we're going to move on to some unarmed stuff. Why? Because I'd rather us run out of time doing unarmed stuff than sword stuff.
Fair enough.
It's honesty hour here at Hudson Creative. So grab a sword, and you can use anything you want. If you have a sword that is not sharp, grab that at your house. If you have a golfing club or a hairbrush or a stick or a child's plaything, whatever you want, grab something that you can use as a sword. The heavier this thing is, the better the workout will be. So keep that in consideration. Keep that in consideration. Keep that in mind. Whatever. All right, great. I'm going to put down this yoga mat because I have carpet and I don't want to slip. And I should have done that before the workout started. But, we all know what headspace I'm in today. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about an on guard position first. And then we're going to talk about some lunging. So on guard position. I'm going to move this down so you can see my feet. Great. On guard position. The sword is going to be in my dominant hand. For me, that's my right hand, which means my right foot is going to be forward. If I were on a yoga mat, which I am, I would say my right foot is right along the edge of the right side of the yoga mat, and my left toes are just off the yoga mat, pointing to that side wall. So my front toes are pointed forward, my back toes are pointed sideways, like I'm making an L with my feet. I'm then going to bend my knees. This is really important. You'll always have bent knees, right? Anytime you come up straight legs, you're not doing it right. You're going to fall over and die. So bend your knees. My arm is going to go right out in front of me, and I'm going to have a straight line from the point of my sword to my elbow. Yes, so the sword is a continuation of my arm. Yes, I'm going to have my elbow is going to be a hand span away from my body. I'm being really specific because I don't want to talk about this all week. I just want to be like on guard, and everybody goes to this position. So hand span away from your body. So hang out here for just a second. Feel how that feels. My opposite hand is just kind of up and out of the way, but also ready to use. Whether I'm going to punch a zombie in the face, grab a zombie's arm, pull it off, and then use that to punch them in the face. Whatever, the world's your oyster. So hang out here for a second. Relax your shoulders, bend your knees, tuck your butt in, right? None of this. Tuck it in. Zombies don't care about that, but and now we're going to switch sides. So now I'm going to jump, and I'm going to switch my feet. And I'm going to put the sword in my other hand. And find that good position. My feet are on the opposite sides of the yoga mat. Straight arm from point of the sword to the elbow. Hand span away from the body. Other arm is active. Shoulders are relaxed. Good, just like that. Next. So from there, we're going to take our clothes off. From there, we're going to talk about a lunge. Now, I need to move this back or I'm going to lunge right into I'm going to stab Jake.
No. Well, you'd only be stabbing Jake's body. You wouldn't be stabbing Jake.
That's true. It was the body.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
So from our on guard position, I'm going to extend. We're going to talk about going into a lunge. I don't know if I said that already, but here we are. So I'm going into a lunge. I'm going to extend my arm completely straight. I'm then going to lean my body forward. And I'm going to lean forward until my front foot can't support my weight anymore. And the only thing to do is to lift it. So when I get to that point, I'm going to lift my foot. I'm going to lift up my foot. I'm going to let my body fall forward. And then I'm going to put my foot down again. And I end up in this lunge. And then I'm going to come back. So extend the arm, lean forward, lunge, and back. Now the opposite hand, the hand that's not being used, is going to come out behind me. That's going to help counterbalance me. That's also going to help me stand up out of this lunge. So on guard, extend the arm, lean forward, lunge, left arm comes out, or back arm comes out. Yeah, so you should have a beautiful line from the point of your sword all the way to the ends of your opposite hand's fingertips behind you. Now, when I want to come out of this lunge, I'm going to pull with my back hand and pull my right or my front foot backwards. Yeah, that's going to help me come out of that lunge. So what we're going to do is we're going to lunge for a minute. And then after that minute, we're going to hold a lunge for 30 seconds. So what does it look like before I start this clock? I'm here on guard. I'm going to lunge and come back. Lunge and come back. It's very important that the sword moves first. And that's for safety. It's also good fighting. Because the thing you want to hit them with is this. So that should be the first thing that moves. And then at the end of our minute, we'll hold here for 30 seconds.
Great. And are you going to alternate sides, Jax?
No, we're going to do this for a minute, and then we're going to do the other side.
Ah, look at that. Yeah. This is going to suck.
It's going to suck. But it's Monday. It's an easy day.
I don't know if that's true. I may disagree after these next 3 minutes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes, won't we?
All right. Get ready. On guard. And go. And you're moving at your own pace since the clock is set. If you want to go nice and slow, I encourage you to go slow. And this is a technique day. So get your technique really, really good. So the rest of the week, as you're breaking a sweat, as you're working off all those mimosas from the weekend, your technique is getting really solid.
I don't know. I'm feeling like when I get on all these Zoom calls with friends, I'm like, is it wrong to be getting tipsy on my own in my basement?
No. Not at all. Oh, 10 more seconds.
Oof.
You can do it. And hold.
I feel like I'm having flashbacks to us hanging out in Kitson's basement.
We did Coriolanus together, and it's to this day my favorite show I've done fights for.
So fun.
Love that show. It's outdoors. And relax. Nice.
Oh, 30 seconds wasn't that bad.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do the other side. So shake it out.
Yeah.
Shake that, shake that. Well, and we'll do this exercise later in the week, as well as some variations of this exercise. All right, ready?
The readiest.
Do it. We're going to lunge for a minute, hold for 30 seconds, and go. There's also, I'm going to talk at you while we're doing this. Right now, my palm is facing the floor as I do this. That means that my hand is in pronation, right? P-R-O-nation. If I turn my hand up so that my palm faces the ceiling, that's supination. Those are the two ways you're going to hold your sword the most in stage combat. Now, right in the middle, where my palm is facing the wall, that is a thing. It's not something you see very often in stage combat. It's more historical than anything else.
You do see it on TV, though, so much.
Do you know why?
Freaking much. What?
Do you know why? Keep going. I'm going to tell you why.
All right, go ahead.
Because when my sword is sideways like this, you see more of the blade on camera. Whereas if I turn it, it all but disappears.
Yeah, it kind of made me cringe a little bit. Okay, so I cried every time I watched the Mulan trailer, obviously. But every time I was like, ooh, this hurts me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a legit thing. It's definitely a thing in like historical sword fighting for sure. But yeah, in I've lost my train of thought completely. In film, on film, it's easier to see.
Gotcha.
And when we're doing this, keep going. I'm going to talk at you. Instead of thinking about holding your sword up, Think about extending your sword forward and your back arm backwards. So you're extending rather than holding the weight of the sword up. Extend, reach, and relax. Whew, nice. Take a second. We're gonna do some more stuff.
Ooh, my shoulders are burning.
Yeah, this is a really good one. We'll definitely be doing this and variations of this week.
Yes.
It's simple and it's very, very foundational sword fighting and stage combat.
I am using this golf thing. This is probably about 5 pounds. It has a lot of weight here, so this is what I'm holding as the pommel side. I don't know what the words are, but in the past, if anyone else wants a little bit more of a burn, I've used small weights in both hands. I've just kind of kept track of which is the sword hand, which actually also helps with the momentum of coming back into the on guard position if you've got weight in both hands. So yeah, if anyone wants a burn, that's a way to get one.
Yeah, I think that's really great. And use whatever you have. And if you've got weights, fantastic. And if you've got a sword, I know some of my students out there are using their swords. That's fantastic too. Yeah. Yay. All right. So sorry. Sorry, can you hear that? Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. All right.
What kind of monster calls you at 9 a.m. in quarantine? Same kind of monsters who work out at 9 a.m. in quarantine.
I know. I get like these telemarketing calls and like they know I'm home, but also I don't have any money.
Yeah, seriously.
I lost all my jobs. All right, so sorry, I don't know how to turn. If somebody knows how to do this, Alex, maybe you do. I don't know how to turn when my phone rings, it rings on my laptop when I'm using my laptop. I don't know how to make that not a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was lunges. So now we're going to do another kind of lunging, but I really like. And I'm just going to go over the technique of this because we're going to do this exercise probably tomorrow. We haven't done it in a while, and I really like it. And so there's 3 different lunges in this exercise: a demi lunge, a grand lunge, and a pasada soto. The idea of these lunges is that I'm on guard, so I'll face the camera. I'm going to take my back foot, whether it's the right foot or the left foot. We're going to do both sides. So my right foot is forward. I'm going to take my back foot, and I'm just going to step just softly behind my right foot. I've got a little bit of weight on that foot. It's not even weight so much as like this foot is stabilizing me so I don't fall over. It's like a kickstand on a bike. It's not holding all of my weight, but it's stabilizing me. I guess a kickstand on your bike holds all of your weight. Whatever. So on guard. Nice. This is a demi-volt. Demi-volt. As I do this, my sword is going to extend and stab a zombie in its face. And the reasoning for that is I'm here. You can stab me all of here, right? If you had a sword and you were pointing at me, you can stab me here. When I demi-volt, bam, I change to here. So not only am I not here anymore, there's less of me to stab. And I'm going to go ahead and reach around as I avoid and do that demi-volt and bam, stab you in the face. Zombie, not Alex. Make sense? Bam. And then I can come back on guard. I'm going to switch. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to come back where my feet are going to be kind of parallel to the camera. So my feet are next to each other. I'm going to switch my hand. So my sword is now in my left hand, and I'm going to demi on the other side. So step and demi. Step and demi. And this is an instance where when I demi, my leg is relatively straight. Step, demi, step, demi. Beautiful. Now a grand volt or a grand volt is the same thing, except this foot, this back foot, is going to go further. So it's almost like a backwards lunge. Bam. So my weight now is on that back foot. Yeah. and I'm still reaching. It's the same idea. I'm taking the target from here. I'm moving it out of the way. See, it was here, and I'm stabbing. My left arm is coming up behind me. Stab. And then I step my feet parallel and do the other side. Stab. Step. Stab. I like this one because it makes me feel pretty.
It is very dance-like.
It is. Well, you know, fencing teachers and sword fighting teachers back in like the 17th century, they were one and the same a lot of times.
Sure.
And a lot of the terminology between ballet and sword fighting is the same.
Yeah.
The last one, which is my favorite, is a passata soto. And so what that's going to be is, if I'm on guard, I'm here, I'm going to kick my foot all the way into my deepest lunge, and I'm going to drop down onto my left hand. So I'm here, I kick that foot way out, and I drop down. So I'm in a really deep lunge with my hand on the floor, and my sword is out. So this is great if they're stabbing at my head. Instead of just turning, I can just drop and stab them. Now, please do make sure that as you do this, when I drop, my knee is over my ankle. It's not out to the side. It's not in any weird positions. It's directly over my ankle so that it's nice and supported. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that side to side with a sword in your hand. So on guard. Passata soto. Down. We're going to stand up. Feet come parallel. Switch hands. Passata soto to the other side. And switch. And switch. So the whole thing looks like this. If I do it slowly, I'll start on guard. The whole thing looks like this. Demi, switch, demi, switch, Coron, switch, Coron, switch, passata soto, switch, passata soto. Yeah, so let's do that together. Let's see who that on the time.
Awesome.
So, on guard. Demi. Switch. Demi. Switch. Grand. Switch. Grand. Switch. Passata soto all the way to the floor. And up. Switch. Good. One more time. Demi. Switch. Demi. Switch. Grand vault. Switch. Grand vault. Switch. Passata soto. Switch. Passata soto. And back up. Excellent. So that'll be the exercise. So what we'll likely do is put on the timer for a minute or two and go to town with those. We're not going to do it now because of time. But that's what we're going to do. Do you have any questions on that?
I don't think. Oh, I actually do have one. So, how do you, during the passata soto, how do you keep yourself from like putting too much strain on your wrist? How do you keep yourself from like not depending on your hand?
That's a really great question. So, I'm not dropping straight all my weight down to my hand because that's going to break my wrist. I'm bending my knee. So, it's almost like I'm doing a squat. I can do this without my hands. And then my hand comes down again to stabilize myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you don't have that strength yet, go ahead and go as low as you can. And here's your passata sotos right here. Yeah? Mm-hmm. But you want to be able to lower yourself into that lunge, put that hand down. Then
awesome.
Up, and then up. There's your leg workout.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool.
So that's that one.
All right. What now?
Let's do some kicks. Oh wait, no, let's go over some parries.
Sure.
Because we're gonna do a lot with those, and then we'll do some kicks.
All right, let's do it.
I love kicks so much. All right. So parry position. This is gonna be a quick one. There's gonna be 4 parry positions that we use. They have numbers I'm not always going to use the numbers. The one will protect, we've got protect your left arm. Then we're going to protect your right leg. Then we'll protect your right arm. Then we'll protect the left leg. And this X pattern, I'm moving in an X, is called the Canadian Shuffle. It's one of my favorite parry patterns. So left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. And the parries are always moving outward for your body. If we bring these parries in, if I want to protect my right or my left arm, and I bring this parry inward, I'm not going to protect my arm. I'm just going to end up scooping their blade in and helping them stab me. I'm going to face away from the camera and show you again.
Awesome.
We've got on guard. Left arm. My sword circles out. Right leg. My sword circles in to come to my right arm. Pushing it out. Left leg circles out. And then I come back up to my left arm. Circle in. Big circle around. Bam. Right leg. Bam. Right arm. Bam. Left leg. The numbers are 4, 2, 3, 7. High outside, low outside, high outside, low inside, high inside. That makes sense?
It does.
Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. And it's the same thing with left hand. That was my right hand. It's the same thing, just opposite. So
yes, I'm doing left, so you can watch me if you want your left.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Left hand is right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Left, right, left, right. Left. Oh, sorry, right, left, left, right. I'm also dyslexic. So those are our parry positions that we are going to use. Oops, sorry about the boobs. Our parry positions that we're going to use. Yeah, and we're going to do them a bunch of times doing a bunch of different things. So if you've got time today or later, go ahead and just go through those positions. Yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now let's do kicks. What time is it? Well, we're golden. Let's do some kicks.
Look at us.
What?
This is like a super productive day. I'm so happy we're doing this.
Yeah, this is great. We're like walking through. And I do want to say I am skipping a lot of technique stuff. I'm telling you what you need to know to do our workout this week. There is a lot more technique to all of these moves if you start studying stage combat, but we don't have that kind of time. So I'm telling you what you need to know to have a successful week with these moves. And then as we get more and more and more, we'll get deeper and deeper and deeper into it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Good. Kicks. If you want to grab a chair for balance, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use Body by Drake. It's not Body by Drake. I'm going to use that for stability because I put my foot through a porch and I hurt my ankle this weekend. So I'm going to go nice and easy on it. So if you want to grab a chair, if you want to grab something, if you have excellent balance or if you want to challenge your balance, then great. Don't use anything. I'm going to stand here. So the first kick that we're going to talk about, I'm going to push you back. Hopefully you can see me better. The first kick we're going to talk about is a front snap kick. So that's, I'm going to bring my knee up. I'm going to point my toe, and I'm just going to extend my leg. Now, I'm not going to extend my leg past the point of where my knee is. So this is called my chamber. This is what I'm targeting. My knee is pointed at what I'm going to kick. So then I just extend. Yes, that's your safety in stage combat. So if I'm doing a contact kick to somebody, if I go through this knee, I'm going to really kick somebody. So I chamber, extend, bring it back, and down. Yeah, that's our front snap kick. So chamber, extend, bring it back, and down. My foot is pointed so that I can make contact with my partner safely. And one more time, chamber, extend, bring it back, and down. On the other side, chamber, extend, bring it back, put it down. Again, chamber, extend, bring it back, put it down. Once more. Chamber, extend, bring it back, put it down. It is different than the front push kick. The front push kick, I'm thinking about pushing down a door. Yeah, so I'm going to chamber. My knee can come up as high as I want. I'm not targeting with my knee because my energy, instead of coming up, is going through. So I'm going to bring this foot up. I'm going to flex my feet, especially my toes. I'm going to be kicking with the toe, with the ball of my foot. So I flex my foot and I extra flex my toes. I bring this up and I extend my leg forward like I'm pushing it through a door. Yeah, nice, Alex. That was awesome. And you drop your hips kind of down as you push. Mm-hmm. That's going to give you that extra energy and power. So let's do that. Lift and kick and bring it down. And other leg. Lift and kick and put it down. Other leg. Lift, kick, bring it down. I'm using my arms to help with the power of this kick. Lift, kick. And you want to exhale on the kick. Yeah, nice. We're going to do a lot of those.
These are fun.
These are great.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot of those with squats because I like those.
Yes.
A side kick. We haven't done a side kick yet. So my chamber for a side kick is that I'm going to bring my knee up towards my opposite shoulder. So my right knee is going to come up to my opposite shoulder. And there's my chamber. I'm then going to take the ball of my foot or the heel of your foot, whatever you prefer, and kick it out to the side. Yeah, and then bring it back and down. So I'm going to chamber. And I am rotating my bottom foot a little bit. I'll move the camera so you can see. Just for safety, my foot starts here facing the camera. As I bring this, I shift it so that my feet open up.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great. So we're here. Chamber and extend. And bring it back and down. Chamber and extend. Bring it back and down. Chamber and extend. Bring it back and down. Chamber and extend. Bring it back and down. Now we'll do the other side. I'm going to turn around. You look at my butt. Chamber and extend. Bring it back and down. 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 Great. So this is the side kick. I'm going to skip roundhouse kick. We're going to save that for next week. We are going to talk about back kicks, though. So I'm going to hold on to something in front of me. Again, that's for your balance if you want, or your weak-ass ankles because you did something stupid. I'm going to chamber in front of me. And I'm going to be kicking with the heel of my foot. And I want to imagine kicking the point where the wall meets the ceiling. I'm not going to get that high, but if I visualize it, my kick will be better. So I'm going to chamber, look behind me, and extend that foot back. And I want to really try to keep my legs, my hips in line, so I'm not opening out, right? Because that would be our side kick. My toes are pointed to the ground. So chamber, extend, back, down. Chamber, extend, back, down. Chamber, extend, back, down. Chamber, extend, back, down. Switch feet. Chamber, extend, back, down. Chamber, extend, back, down. Chamber, extend, back, down. One more time. Chamber, extend, back, down.
Cool.
I like them apples.
Yeah, great.
I'm going to focus on this week.
Cool.
Do you have questions, Alex, about those kicks? Or if anybody has questions, or what clarification, post it in the comments. We'll check in. And if we don't check in, then we will make sure that we get to it next week or tomorrow.
Yes, for sure. Cool. I think we're good.
Yeah, I don't see any comments. Also, wait, is that a question? No, not that one. Worry about it. Okay, great. Punches.
Yeah.
Your leg. We're moving through.
I know, seriously. I think this is what happens when like you just take the day.
Yeah.
I think this is what happens when you take the day.
Because I'm controlling by nature. So if somebody's like, you're in charge, then I'm just gonna go.
I love it. No, yes, please. Yes, please. All right.
Cool. Let's talk about our punches. Now, what I like about doing punches with Alex is that I'm coming from a theatrical background where I have taken several martial arts classes over the years, and I know how to properly execute a punch, but my focus is theater, which means my focus is making it look good. So the way that I punch is going to be based in martial logic or martial combat with some flair to make it look pretty. Whereas Alex has a great history of kickboxing. So her punches are more actually martial and applicable in the real world. So I'll give you the stage combat 411, and then Alex will be like, now really what you want to do.
I think it's the opposite way. I think you have the rules reversed. I'm like, oh, do it this way. And Jax is like, well, that's effing ugly. I think that's actually what it is.
Well, listen, if zombies come storming my abode, I want to look good while I kick ass. So my eyes are going to be
there you go. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram. It's because I'm going to go out. If zombies come after me, I'm going out. Like, I'm not going to win. If I don't look good going down, then I'm not going to tug at those heartstrings. And I'm not going to get all those followers.
Oh, yeah, all those followers. Yeah, R.I.P. Jax.
Dead and gone and zombified. So let's
I have a story for you that I'll tell you while we're drilling because it's really funny. All right.
Good. So they fixed this gosh darn camera.
Oh, it's so weird to get in an on guard position without any weight, without a sword or anything.
I know. It does. It feels weird.
It feels so light.
Like it.
Yeah.
So my front foot, I fight weird. My left foot is forward because I'm right-handed, and my right punch is more powerful than my left. Typically, I fight what's called southpaw, which is your opposite, your right foot forward. I don't do that because I'm actually that kind of a fighter. I do that because I'm a sword fighter, and I'm used to having my right foot forward. So play with it. It doesn't matter what you want to do, because we're just here to break a sweat. So do whatever you're comfortable with. My left foot's going to be forward, which means my left fist is in front. My right fist is behind. Back up. Hold on. Reverse. Making a curl your fingers. Take this thumb. Put it there. That's making a fist number one. Curl, curl, curl. I have freakishly long fingers. That doesn't work for me. So I imagine grabbing this meaty part of my hand. Somebody told me this once and it changed my life. Grabbing this meaty part of my hand with my fingers. Yeah. And then wrapping my thumb.
I love it.
Too long, you're going to figure that out.
That feels better for me as well.
Yeah. It just more comfortably. I feel better about hitting something.
Yeah.
Listen, internet, listen. It's not going to be good for you. You're going to hurt yourself. And if you do a contact punch in stage combat like this, you're going to hurt your opponent, which isn't a good idea. This is effing stupid. Don't do that. You're going to break your thumb, and I'm going to laugh at you. Don't do that. So roll, grab, or grab. I'll find a clever way to say that. Making a fist. You also want your arm to be straight down to your elbow, right? If it's cocked in a weird way, if I hit something, that's going to hurt. But if I'm straight, I'm nice and strong. I have my entire arm behind this fist, keeping it solid and strong. You can test yourself out. Let me look at this wall. If you're not sure, take your fist, put it against a wall, and then lean on it. If it hurts, you're not stacked. If you lean on it in a weird way, that's going to hurt you. Yeah? It's got to be stacked. That feels good right there. Yeah? So that's a good way to check it.
Nice.
Do it carefully. All right, here we go. All right, the jab. The jab is meant to like surprise somebody or to check your distance. My left hand is going to be the jabber. That's the hand that's in front. My elbows are tucked in. My left hand is going to come out as if it were like a hammer coming down like this and extending, and it's going to twist so that I look like this. Here I'm here, comes down, bam, and pulls back, bam. It doesn't hang out there. Comes out and pulls back. Jab. I'm also going to take a tiny step with my front foot. Jab. Exhaling as I punch. Jab. Jab. Do it 100 times. I am also rotating my hip slightly as I do this jab so that I'm using my hip to help the force of this punch. Great. The cross is next. We're going to do a cross. Some people will do a straight punch. I do jab cross because I like it. So the cross is literally my right fist is coming from this side of my shoulder. It's coming from my right shoulder, extending out and ending across from my left shoulder. Then coming across the camera. Here we go. Bam. And that's meant to knock somebody thusly. Oh, bam. So cross. Once it hits its apex of its extension, it's just going to kind of drop down and come back. My back foot is twisting on the ground as if I were squishing a nasty bug or something you want to squish. You're being Elvis. Or what do you say, Alex? You're pulling your hip.
Yeah. I feel like the reason that I'm rotating is because, like, as you know, obviously your leg is connected to your hip. And if I twist, then my hip can't help but pull forward. And like the hip is where the power is coming from for whatever punch you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just think of it as like, I don't necessarily think about pivoting my foot. I just kind of think of like pivoting my hip and the foot just kind of reacts. The foot just kind of moves with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So whatever works for you. Or a drill, thinking about your drilling down in the earth. Whatever works. So you have jab, cross, tiny step, kill the bug. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Nice. Then we've got a hook or a roundhouse. I know that they're different, but for our purposes, they're not going to be. So with my jab hand, you do it with both hands, but I'm doing it with my jab hand because I just threw this cross. I'm going to hook or roundhouse, make a big round punch. Right? This is meant to knock somebody in their temple. Yeah? So again, somebody explained this to me as if there is a table full of candy, and I want to get all of that candy. Right? I want to scoop it in my arms and bring it to me. Yes? So roundhouse. Roundhouse. I'm also turning this hip. Everything has me using my hips. If I just punch here, I'm never going to get anywhere because I'm just using my arms, and my arms are weak. Yeah? Jab, cross, roundhouse, and then we roundhouse with the other hand. Roundhouse. So jab, cross, roundhouse, roundhouse. And I can really let these punches fly because theatrically they look better, they look more desperate, they look more dangerous if I'm just like flailing.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Jab, cross, roundhouse, roundhouse. Again, jab, cross, roundhouse, roundhouse. Bring your hands back up to your face every time. Jab, cross, roundhouse, roundhouse. Again, jab, cross, roundhouse, roundhouse. Nice. The last one I want to talk about, is the uppercut. And the uppercut is going to come from low, just roundhouse, from my left hand low to high. You can do this two ways. Alex super turned me on to the idea of stopping here. I like that because if you're hitting a bag, that's where you're going to stop. But also it engages my core more. In stage combat, oftentimes, not always, oftentimes that I have seen, this fist will come all the way up. And that's because it tells a clearer story.
Yes.
The audience, bam, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Following through with that arm.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say too that part of the reason to stop here is if, for example, first you're getting into a duck, then you're sucker punching someone in the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason to stop right here. Yeah. So that's just to add another dimension. Yeah. Carry on.
Which is great. Usually, in my experience, usually you will do an uppercut to somebody's face in stage combat. Because if you punch somebody in the stomach, there's a lot of other mechanics that have to go along with it.
Yeah.
You're either punching somebody in the stomach, bam, and stopping, or you're punching them in the face and you're continuing to follow through. Again, using these sexy hips.
These fancy hips.
Fancy hips. Yeah? So we're about time to cool down, but I want to go through that a couple times, all of those punches.
Awesome.
So get up in your guard. We're going to jab, cross, roundhouse, uppercut, uppercut. Ready?
All right.
Jab, cross, roundhouse, uppercut, uppercut. And again, jab, cross, roundhouse, uppercut, uppercut. And again, I'm not going to call it. One more time. Nice.
Awesome. I will say too, as you think about this, so one of the things that Jax and I have talked about before is your target. So for most of these punches, you're thinking about the face. I think that one of the most common mistakes in anything really, like when it comes to punching, is aim. Is aim, because I think that it's really natural to want to just extend where your arm is, but if you're fighting an opponent, you're gonna hit right there, and there's not really any good you can do for yourself if you're hitting an opponent right here. So I mean, especially if part of the reason why I love hips is because I'm usually fighting people who are taller than me. I'm 5'4", so like the reason to get your hips into it is because if you lower your center of gravity, then you have a better angle to come up at someone else. Because like just with anything in physics, like, well, not that I know physics, I'm not going to make that sweeping statement, but with most things, the way I understand them, like we're really just getting that angle so that we can really come up at somebody. That's the purpose of driving down with the hips, is so that you can come up with more power. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, it's 9:53.
Wow.
I don't feel like we need a cooldown, do you?
No, I don't think so either. If you want to do a cooldown on your own, do one. I'm cold down here, so.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna continue working out, but yeah, this was awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope that you got a sweat. I'm really happy that we got back to technique today. I think it was sorely overdue. So throughout the week, as we mentioned, we will be coming back. We'll be using these exercises in our workouts. So if you ever get lost or you're joining us for the first time on another day, then you can come back to this video. And yeah.
Yay. Thank you to everybody who has shared our videos, who has donated, who has shouted out, even commented, engaged us in any way. It means a lot. It's awesome. You guys are fantastic.
Yes. So speaking of which, if you feel so inclined, that is the email address to send a PayPal donation, if you would like. But no matter what, we will see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right. Goodbye, everybody.